Alright, I think we should be live. Let me double... actually, I am going to double check only because last time we tried to stream this game, I found out 2K did a funny little thing, trying not to curse even though I really want to about how much of that annoyed me, where you cannot stream the console versions of the Bioshock games. Isn't that just neat? But hey, we have gameplay footage and I really want to about how much of that. Yes, and audio. Hell yes. Okay. We are here with Bioshock 2. You might be thinking, wait, what the fuck? Why aren't we playing the first one? And shut up, because I honestly think... Okay, I'm not saying this to disparage the first Bioshock, but I honestly think this one's a little better. Don't come after me in the comments. Anyway. For those who don't know, because unfortunately this does not have my favorite game feature in the world, that is recapping a previous game when it's a sequel, Bioshock basically tells the story of this underwater city called Rapture that was formed by this Ayn Randian Atlas Shrugged worshipping nut job named Andrew Ryan, who thought that if he gathered a bunch of brilliant people in one place and took away all like normal societal restrictions of anything they could do, it would just set in the city to prosper. Something that is so idealistic and charming that, of course, the second a bad faith player came into the mix, it tore the whole thing apart and tore the city into civil war. And that mostly revolves around the plot of the first game. But again, we're not playing the first game. We're playing this one, which, if I recall correctly, is actually, I believe, a prequel to the first game, or at the very least it takes place at not crazy long after the events of the first game. But someone who knows better, feel free to fact check me. The first Bioshock is most famous for its major twist that I wouldn't dare give away here. I highly encourage you to go find it and play it yourself. There's remasters that are pretty readily available and cheap, especially if you have like various gaming subscription services. But anyway, I've talked your ear off enough. We're going to jump into it. If there's anything else I feel the need to mention, I'll mention it in-game. Also, if you like Art Deco, oh, do we have the game for you. There it goes. I guess it was just loading. 1950. Okay, yeah. So, well, no, so that doesn't say anything for the actual game. But New Year's 1959 was a very major event in the history of Rapture. It's basically where the Civil War really broke out. But as this first-person perspective might make you realize, if you've played the first Bioshock, we are playing as something called a Big Daddy. And that is our little sister.
Look, Daddy, it's you.
Named Eleanor. Basically, one of the biggest things in Rapture was this concept of a substance they discovered called Adam. A substance that could be used to easily and freely manipulate the genetic code of anyone it is injected with. Thing is, Adam became scarce over time, especially as splicers, Adam addicts, started showing up. So they needed a way to reclaim some from those not using it. So they created the Little Sisters, modified little girls who could go to corpses and collect Adam from them. But they're little girls. They can't defend themselves when someone who might want to steal the Adam for themselves attacks. And so they developed the Big Daddies. Abomination human experiments that wear giant metal diving suits. They are very good at their job. Oh, and of course, the main way Adam is used is through basically chemicals to give you superpowers called plasmids.
Get out of
Oh, what's that? Oh.
There we are. He's perfectly safe now. This is not your daughter. Do you understand? Her name is Eleanor, and she is mine. Now, kneel, please.
So she seems to have made those guys use a mind control plasmid on us.
Now, take the pistol.
Oh, okay.
Place it against your head. Fire.
Okay, I have a bit of a gripe with how big the text box for the subtitles are relative to the subtitles. $10 later, so 68.
Hello, can you hear me?
So somehow we are alive 10 years later. Real quick, I love Subject Delta's design. It's very different from the Big Daddy's, being that he was a very early version of one, and it just becomes very iconic. So it seems like we were revived via a Vita chamber, which is normally only reserved for the very wealthy, like Andrew Ryan himself. Oh look, we can get a... If you're killed by the hostile denizens of Rapture, you will be revived live and whole at the last Vita chamber you passed. Some of your health will be restored, and you will always have at least a small amount of Eve. Eve being the chemical necessary to replenish your plasmid abilities. Vita chambers work automatically. There is no need to activate them. If you're revived while you have a little sister with you, she will be found waiting for you outside the Vita chamber. Remember to pick her up before moving on. Oh god, a whole page for Ryan himself, even though he doesn't really appear that much in this game. Okay. Real quick, I love that the starting weapon you get is the fucking drill, which is like very iconic to Big Daddies in Bioshock. Fallen, fallen is Babylon. I assume these people all dead. Judging by the flowers and sorrowful portraits.
I stuffed the whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.
I didn't even hear you come in. Hi.
One day I'm just gonna start. We're just gonna start an episode of Lone Night Gaming. I'm just gonna quote that one bit from Family Guy. When Quagmire is just like, "You ever accidentally jerk off to pictures of your mom when she was younger?"
Hold on, real quick, just so you don't have to fucking watch through Twitch.
Ah, no, you're fine. You don't want to do that.
Too late.
You cocksucker.
Hold on, let me get back to that. So I have there. All right. Anyway, as I was walking past this vent, there was briefly like the eyes of a little sister inside. So Tim, you've played some of the first Bioshock. Have you played any of the sequel?
No.
So this one takes place in '68, which I can't remember if that's before or after the events of the first one. And you play as a Big Daddy.
Wait. It takes place in 1968.
Yes.
Then it's after the first game.
Okay, I couldn't remember which is which, so Andrew Ryan's dead. Shit. Spoilers.
Could be at least. I think saying spoilers for a game that came out almost 20 years ago.
I know, but the twist in the original Bioshock is famous. I don't like spoiling it. Lamb is watching.
Because the first game was in like the 1940s.
No, 50s. Well, no, so I was saying earlier, New Year's 1959 was like a very important point in the timeline because it's when the full Civil War broke out in Rapture.
So what's the deal with Infinite?
Infinite takes place in an alternate reality. So that's one of people's biggest complaints with Infinite is that the way it introduces the multiverse at the end kind of muddles the whole thing.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Hello?
I will say, I do like that.
Oh shit, she did.
I do like that they went from an FPS game set in an underground or underwater city rather to a game set in a city in the sky.
I mean, it felt like a fun little like twist on the formula, especially when you also consider whereas Rapture was a place that was very like removal of like government and like faith. Columbia was very much a faith-focused like city that originally was part of the United States.
Mm-hmm. 4D.
Oh, spent too long in the sauna, huh? The sauna. Oh.
I guess you couldn't take the heat.
My husband is such a perfect idiot. Throws away all his spending money on gene tonics to affect a look of physical fitness. So he'll have an excuse to sit on his rear all day listening to radio serials. Steven, I tell him, you want to be fit? Come swim laps with me, the old-fashioned way. It's your mind that's atrophying. Maybe I'll start sneaking some brain boost into his daily regimen.
Ooh, an
That
Eve
seems like a
dispenser.
very healthy relationship.
Well, again, it kind of sets up how like commonplace the use of plasmids and various atom-related chemicals has become in this society.
Adams, more like Eves. Am I right, ladies?
So you did miss the prologue where basically we are a very early model of Big Daddy called Subject Delta. Whereas most Big Daddies can pair with just about any little sister, the original series was bonded to a specific little sister. Ours was a girl named Eleanor. However, in the prologue, she was taken away from us and we were mind-controlled into killing ourselves, only to be revived 10 years later.
Got it.
And we found a gift from Eleanor, seemingly, with a plasmid waiting for us.
What was I gonna say? In regards to...
Damn. I do love how fucking, like, they make a distinct point to make the, like, taking a plasmid for the first time look painful.
And Eleanor has missed you. Find her and you'll be all better.
Aw. Oh, fuck!
Oh, wow. He came right out of nowhere.
She came right out of nowhere. That's an important
My
bit.
mistake. Still, was not ready for that at all.
Extra crispy.
You know.
Don't smoke in bed, kids. Oh, I got here. Rejuvena. Skin tightening tonic ad. Of course it's Steinman. If you played the early parts of the first game, you probably remember Steinman, the mad doctor.
Yeah, I remember Steinman.
Chew some today. Sunbeam gum. Bigger bubbles, better bubbles, pinker bubbles. 25% more latex. Rapture's favorite chewing gum.
Oh.
And remember, it's the only gum fortified with vitamin D.
More latex.
That's probably very essential when you're in a city at the bottom of the ocean.
Latex. I always wanted my gum to taste like a gimp.
Ooh, money. Cigarettes.
Oh, perfect.
Fucking when you
Answer on
need to
quick.
get a break from it all. Somebody closed us in here. Maybe it was that creature we saw go past. Luckily, we have electro bolt now.
Must be something beyond. And the lamb was...
What? This is gonna be quite shocking.
Is far beyond your
Hello.
means.
Goodbye. I'm gonna be seeing the new Mission Passable tomorrow.
That's fun. Big Kate O'Malley. I love that character name. Oh, okay. Never mind. Tannenbaum needs to talk to
A
us.
signal. You, who are bringing this dead city
Boing.
to life.
Whee.
Listen.
Oh shit, that actually
My
hurt
name,
me.
It is Tannenbaum. I know who you
Was
are.
it fall
And I am in
damage
much
in your
need of your
FPS
help.
game?
Please, find me in the Atlantic Express train station.
So Tannenbaum appeared in the first game, where she is the scientist largely responsible for the creation of Little Sisters, something she carries an immense amount of guilt over.
Yeah. She
Oh look, there's a Rosie Big Daddy. Get it? They're called Rosies because they have rivet guns. Rosie the Riveter.
Yeah, that's funny.
Next to the bouncer, this is my favorite Big Daddy design. The bouncer being your standard drill swinging Big Daddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they announced a Gex
To my daughter,
re-release
Eleanor.
on modern consoles today.
You will be
Oh yeah. So this woman who's talking on the audio log, Sophia Lamb, is the one who made us shoot ourselves. She apparently is Eleanor, the little sister's biological mother. She had learned what happened to her and came to take her back by force.
Our beliefs are unwelcome here. Life will be difficult, but the price of revolution is always dear. If we are patient with her, rapture will come to us.
Are we going to talk about how fucked up a pay-for toilet stall is?
Literally, I mean, that's basically just New York City. They do not, more often than not, you have to pay to use the bathroom in New York City. But that just means, like, you have to be a paying customer for whatever restaurant you're in.
No, but like this one had a coin slot on the stall.
Yeah, no. Point is, either way, the concept is terrible, and I hate you for it.
God, that'll never not be satisfying, is zapping a bunch of splicers that are standing in water.
Remember,
Idiots.
you are
Should have
not
known.
alone. Think of me
Should have
not
known
as
that someone you
leader,
didn't see
but
behind
as a
you was
mother
going to
to
shock
the
you with
Rapture
that.
family.
Okay, now I do think you're right that this takes place after the first game, and Lamb kind of moves in to fill...
After so many
Yeah,
years,
okay.
the little
So,
ones I
after
had
Ryan's death, Lamb moved in to fill the power gap,
no more.
and Tannenbaum actually came back to the city because too many little sisters got left behind.
But now, all around the world, children...
Oh,
perish
and
by
more
disease
kids are getting kidnapped and taken to Rapture.
And so I return, in fear of what I already know.
So what happened to the guy
Someone
from the
is
first
making you
game,
little
then?
ones.
Well, depending on what ending you got, he escapes the city with different, like, consequences. Like, if you get the good ending, he takes the little sisters he rescued and basically, like, raises them as his own children.
Yeah.
But no, so that's concerning, is that Lamb is having children kidnapped from the surface and brought down to Rapture. Ooh, a dead... Oh no, is this the Rosie we saw earlier? What
I don't
happened?
think so. That'd be too quick.
Anyway, we get the rivet gun from them.
Your finger on me!
Oh.
Thrifty Care. Safe, speedy, affordable.
Sure?
Ooh, that was a little bit of a... Not even a lag spike, it just dragged for a second. That was weird. Stay away. Oh, is this what I think it is? Hold on. Yes, Mark Meltzer.
Barely made it down alive.
Mark
But here it
Meltzer.
is. And it's real. Rapture. This is where that thing took my poor baby girl. From what I saw in the sub, most of the city's in ruins. But there were lights here and there. And shapes moving. I'm rambling and scared, I guess. But maybe, if I find this Dr. Lamb I keep hearing over the PA, I'll find Cindy too.
Seems like the bathysphere here has been tanked. No, so basically Mark Meltzer, you can follow a series of logs from him that you find throughout the city of basically him finding Rapture after his daughter gets kidnapped and brought here.
Yeah. Have you seen all the stuff with the Vegas orb?
That it's creepy as hell.
I've seen like edits of it. One of them is just Jigglypuff singing to put the city to sleep. I've seen a few of them, which they're all escaping my mind right now.
Tomorrow's promise kept today.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a little cartoon about Big Daddies. Oh, yeah, so she's fully replaced Ryan in the power vacuum here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just a friendly reminder with all the Emmy nominations and announcements from all the new movie trailers that just came out. That's probably just a studio trying to distract you from your strong platform.
I will talk about that, but first, Big Sister doesn't want you playing with me.
Alright, let's go.
Oh shit.
Get in here. Ass kicked.
She's also got a huge health bar.
Yeah?
Oh, I think she's done. Yep, there she goes. Let's see if we can scavenge some health after all that.
This is Dr. Sophia Lamb with a message for the people. Remember, Big Sister is always watching. To steal Adam is to steal from the Rapture family.
What's like the style of architecture, like Art Deco or whatever the fuck
Art
it's called?
Deco.
It's always satisfying to look at, no matter what.
I even made a comment when the stream started. If y'all like Art Deco, hoo boy.
Oh, you're in for a fucking treat.
Managed to recover most of my health and find a first aid kit for good measure. The other thing is you find a lot of luggage lying around, kind of showing a lot of people tried to abandon ship, so to speak, but were not allowed to. Oh no, a little baby carriage. Anything up here? Apparently not.
What happened to the stairs?
My parents took the stairs away because I am grounded.
That's disturbing.
Demeter's Banquet Hall. Oh, I saw a creepy shadow.
Did you know?
Skittered on by.
It is funny to think of the first Bioshock, and to a degree this one, that they're technically horror games in some aspects.
Oh, I'm fully on board with that. This game has a few scares in it.
It's another thing I feel like Infinite's missing is like a genuine horror atmosphere. Not that you can't see horror elements like a cult.
Okay, so with Infinite, I actually followed that game's development like as it was happening, and there were definitely some scenes earlier in development that were going to be more horror focused that I think just got scaled back in the end.
Whoa, it's like that one movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Anyway, I think you were mentioning this earlier. Yeah, for those who didn't hear, tonight at midnight, the Screen Actors Guild will be going on strike.
Actually, I think we went on strike this morning.
No, the strike officially begins at 12:01 a.m.
Oh, I saw that.
No, they announced they were going on strike this morning. But it does not technically begin until midnight.
In that suit, even the ocean cannot harm you. This is good. But rapture is the death of many great
wrecked
men.
bathysphere.
Alone, you will not last long. You can
Um,
still reach the train station. Find me there.
Bob Iger just fucking shot himself in the fucking foot.
Days, literally a day after he fucking got his his period as CEO extended by 2 years, he says the worst thing publicly at the worst time that he could.
It was you who saved us, Sammy.
It's like, you're an idiot, dude. Like, I'm sure he already knows that now.
Oh,
but
a
you're an
grenadier,
idiot.
Big Daddy,
She's seen us.
Big Daddy.
defending from splicers. Yeah, so that bathysphere was a couple that tried to flee Rapture in a stolen bathysphere before Sophia Lamb spotted them and fired a torpedo at them.
Big Daddies be like, splicer, no splicing. Splicer, no splicing.
I guess I must have full drill fuel if it's not letting me. Wrecked tugboat. Shark.
Tugga.
Whale bones.
I told you
Mealtime,
it was a
frozen
whale.
dinners.
I did see a whale recently.
Yeah, you mentioned.
It was just fucking right there on the beach. Not on the beach, but you know, right in the water.
I knew there would be something over here. Yeah, don't just assume the outdoor out of the building sections are just for like scene filler. There is usually stuff hidden around the ground here.
Yeah. Is it not all dolphins are whales, but all whales are dolphins, or is it the other way around?
I don't think it's either. They're porpoises and whales. They're different. Oh, that's a great reveal. Oh, and the ruined "Welcome to Rapture, Your Beautiful City" sign. That's a fantastic reveal. And yeah, the city's definitely more in ruins than even when the previous game happened.
So it's all dolphins are actually whales. They all fall into that category regardless. But it's a little more complicated than that.
I was gonna say, that feels kind of reductive. Oh, there's the big sister again. There she goes.
You think you're so cool flying away.
I mean, she's light enough that she can swim. I'm fucking too fucking heavy in my diving suit, so I just kind of thud along on the ground.
I was watching a Try Not to Laugh video with Markiplier. I mean, Markiplier.
I just got an achievement called Daddy's Home. I don't know how to feel about that.
Is it wrong? My first thought is the guy is like the dad coming home, belt in hand with the Goofy mask on, screaming, "I'm home." Dad, no. You know, I fucking
You
had the
arrived,
worst
as
trip
the
of
little
my
one
life
said you would.
yesterday.
Come upstairs to the ticket booth, and I will offer what I know of you.
But